Hello, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. I was doing some research on next week's astrology, and I got a message, a little voice in my head said, you should see what's up for Trump in December. I did a reading for Biden in December, and I hadn't done one for Trump, so I figured I would do one. um, I was going to do one. My every intention was to do one. But then, you get busy with other videos and other things. So, um, but I just got a nudge. So I'm going to listen to the nudge. And so I pulled some cards. And these are the cards I got. So this is Trump's December. We start off with the Ace of Wands. Of course, he is starting a whole new adventure, I guess. A whole new, he's won. That's the trophy. And he's ready to get started. He's ready to get started. All these ideas, so many ideas. He's the highest. He's the most. He's Jesus, I guess. Like that. That's kind of his thing. People are seeing him in that light, which hey. Um, to each his own. We can't control what other people think about stuff. We can only like really come to terms with what we think about things. But he is on his way, he seems to think. And what is the challenge card to that but the pesky Queen of Wands? Now, the Queen of Wands has a tendency to, in my, like when I'm doing these readings, the Queen of Wands can change. I see her as Kamala. I see her as, and Kamala has her moon in Aries, fiery Aries, right? Um, I see this as Nancy Pelosi, who's an Aries with a Pluto at the first degree of Leo. Um, I sometimes I see this as AOC. More often AOC. I see her in the cards as the Page of Wands, the one with the insight, the one who sees the truth, but is young and fiery and exciting, and she has that energy. Whereas the queens are more, kind of sedentary. Um, this could have even been Hillary Clinton, right? I mean, just like that energy of a woman in charge. So what's in the way of this new beginning, but perhaps a woman in charge? Now, women aren't in charge of many things, so it would be interesting to know what that might be. But at the root, the core, what's the root of this? The root of where he stands come December, and we get the devil. The devil. We, it's what's at the root is avarice and greed, wanting it all, wanting it all, wanting it all. And these people are well fed and feeling good, but they are chained to the devil. They are chained to something that they choose to be chained to. It's a choice. The devil is a choice, right? Now, of course, the devil is simply one side of the dark face of God, right? The antimatter, matter, antimatter, right? And it's not a place I think where we're meant to stay, but every occasionally to touch and to visit, to realize that, well, yeah, so that like no, right? And then come back from that. So, but at the root is he is representing he's representing someone else's right over somebody else. He is representing a sense of no autonomy. In the past, we have the queen, the high priestess. The interesting thing about the high priestess is it's secrets, right? So he has secrets, or it could be the revelation of a secret, right? So a secret could have been revealed. But this is also a card of silence. So it's as if a secret has been revealed, but it has been kept quiet in the past. In the sky, we see the Four of Pentacles. In this deck, this is the Modern Spellcasters Deck. We see this guy, he's got his treasure and he is attempting to hide it, move some rocks around it, right? Isn't that what he's doing? I don't know if you guys can see that. I apologize for the camera. Yeah, he's trying to hide it, stow it away. I feel like they're watching his money. They're watching his money. I don't know who they are. I'd like to think I know who they are, but I'm not sure I know who they are. Uh, and then in the immediate future, we have getting your wishes, happiness. So all seems okay, all seems well. And then we get to the other side of the reading, right? So this is sort of, it's all about the money, it's all about greed, it's all about wanting everything. And it seems like things are going pretty rosy for him. And then the next card up is this, the Tower. This is in the position of how it's seen from the outside. How I read the cards. How I read the cards. Or what's evident. What's evident? The Tower is coming. The Tower is coming. In his domestic situation, we have illusion and delusion. So you think about it, right? You go, how could people be so deluded? I'm sure his whole family is like completely convinced that he's like some sort of God and doesn't see any of the bad stuff he does. They're true believers, you know, and his fans are true believers. They're not going to see what they don't want to see. Nobody sees what they don't want to see. Even, you know, I mean, perhaps us dyed-in-the-wool Democrats have to feel totally abandoned by our party because they have power they're not using. That power was our blood, sweat, and tears, and they're not using it. And so it is, you know, these guys aren't the only ones dealing with um, illusion, the stories we were told. And then when push comes to shove, it's the stories, oh no, well, that was, I don't know, we were just kidding, or that was a possible thing, you know. No, sorry, guys. Hopes and fears, the magician. So this is his reading, right? So he's fearing power, fearing a power greater than him. He is convinced of his reality. He's convinced of his reality. It does not have to be our reality, guys. We do not have to acquiesce. We do not have to acquiesce. Um, Outcome, um, the King of Swords. And I felt like this was a stop. Now, the King of Swords could be Putin. It could be Netanyahu. They're both Libras. And then we have the end of something. So this card keeps coming up in all the readers. So there's a big change coming. If this may not mean that any of those people I mentioned kick the bucket, but this does indicate, and all the readers are getting this card, is change is upon us. Do not lose hope, guys. Change is upon us. For him, for this guy, old 45, adult 45, maybe the Messiah 45. I mean, honestly, does it matter? Let's just get over it. Let's just get past this. Let's just get past the ridiculousness of where we find ourselves, killing each other, shooting our children, crushing other people's children, trying to have power over through death. It's time to stop, guys. It's time to stop. And we can do it. We can do it, and we're going to do it. Something is coming to an end for him. Now, could it be the end of all the legal stuff, right? All the stuff that was against him? Everybody says, nope, you're good. You're president. You're good, right? That could be it. But I don't think so. I don't think so. I think karma is calling. You don't have these cards in your reading. Without knowing. I mean, but I'll just pull the major arcanas as they came up. The devil, the high priestess. So this could be oligarchy energy, right? This could be connections to, well, you know where I mean, right? Who I mean. This is secrets. Foundation shattered. I think one of the reasons, and I did hear somebody say this, so I can't exactly remember who I heard it from, that it might have been Susan Lynn, but the reason they're not going for the recounts and all that stuff is because they may have something bigger on him. And they just want them to feel like they're just going along and that everything's, going to be the way it is. Everything is sunshine and roses. Right? But there is this energy blocking the feminine, the divine feminine. This is Leo energy. This is Leo energy. And in December, on December 6th, Mars goes retrograde in Leo. That's Trump's Leo. That's his sign. That's the sign of his Mars. Vance's Venus. But it's also the sign of Kamala's Mars. So there could be, in her case, a behind the scenes energy. And because Trump is so overt, like he's just like everything comes out. It's his magic power, right? Well, I'm just gonna say what the fuck. Just gonna throw caution to the wind. I'm gonna bet on myself. Is what he's doing. He's betting on himself. And at some point he has to lose. and he will lose, and we'll see it. We might see it in December. Oh my God. Oh, so I do these readings like this when when I'm compelled or impelled, or spirits pokes me and says, "Why don't you do a reading on that? Why don't you do a reading on that?" So that's why this reading came out. So, but I will, if I get any more pokes from spirit, I'll let you guys know. Um, no fancy here, but I do want to thank my tried and true who've been following me for years. I love you guys. I love you guys. Tonight we're going to be on Mystic Sisters on Ona's channel, Ona's Tarot, ONA apostrophe S Tarot. And come join us. I'm sure we're going to talk about the election and what we're feeling about it, and like to really just to start to talk about it and see where we can go, like what we need to do for ourselves, and possible things. I think that's what actually Owen is in charge of Mystic Sisters tonight, because it's live from Chicago as opposed to live from Massachusetts. But yeah, so she'll be in charge. But I think that's going to come up because we talked about it when we did Moon Shadows. And if you haven't checked the Moon Shadows, New Moon in Sag, it's a little long. Our videos are a little longer than usual, I guess, but it's a good one. It's a good one. You'll enjoy it. You get a lot of good information on that one as well. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, and like and subscribe. Share with your friends if you wouldn't mind. I am going to be starting a membership for this channel starting in January. I'm going to keep it, just access pretty much. And then I think I can use it as a vehicle to do some further teaching with my students, which I know many of my students probably would be interested in that. But if you've had a class with me and you are a student and you would be interested in some sort of level of membership where I could actually do a little more teaching from, let me know. And I just have to figure it all out. I'm just not, I'm so not, I'm, s- I don't know if I'm good at it or not because I haven't tried it yet. So I think I need a little push. My secretaries used to have to push me all the time, but eventually I would do it and it would be a good thing and I'd feel good about it. So I don't know. Anyway, not your problem. This is going to be this. Sorry. Oh my God, this is going to be a story of stories to tell. Let me tell you. King Arthur, like that story, like this story is going to be that story. And we all have a part to play. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. And if we don't get there in December or January or February or March, we are going to get there. We're going to get there, and it's going to be amazing. So, the greatest show on earth, guys, the greatest show on earth. Please be careful. If you can help somebody who's in a bit worse, in a more uh, challenged situation, um, if you can, we are here for each other, right? Okay, guys, take care. Much love. Namaste.